watch me while I sleep. Don't require your belief. Offering silence but no relief. Can you scream without a sound? Like the freeze that's coming down. Barren space where nothing grows. A secret place where no one goes.
Chaos Springs Eternal is a Delta Green actual play. Delta Green by its nature deals with violent themes, disturbing imagery, and horrors beyond our comprehension. Now, if you wouldn't mind comprehending some horrors with us, I think you'll have a good time.
Can you feel me in the fall? Pull me from this epilogue. My hands are frozen in the snow. The eyes of corpses have no glow. Made these chains just for myself. Rambling about my mental health. Demons on this hazy hill. Only my soul is left to kill.
Welcome back to Chaos Springs Eternal presents Season 1, City of Woe.
That's the sound of me getting sucked away by a tornado.
Nice. Have you guys ever been around a tornado before?
My closest experience to a tornado adjacent phenomenon was when I was in fucking middle school, and on the playground a fucking dust devil spiked up. It was fucking cool.
Wild. I lived in Oklahoma for a few years, so saw a few. Never actually got too close to any of them, but definitely a few days where they were like, "Hey, there's a tornado coming." Just FYI.
I remember one time we were going
fun.
to a drive-in, and it started raining really hard, and the sky turned yellow, and my mom panicked because she knew what was happening, and I was just like, "So, are we gonna go see Spider-Man 2 or?"
Wait, amazing or no? Yeah, no. Okay,
Tobey Maguire.
Tobey Maguire.
The real Spider-Man.
The real
Thank you.
Spider-Man.
Will the real Spider-Man please stand
Well,
up?
Madam Web, sit down.
I saw a water spout on top when I was riding the mean streak at Cedar Point.
Holy shit!
Wow.
That's kind of sick.
Isn't that cool? Yeah, that's a good story. We went up over the top, and then I was like, "Oh shit, what's that out on Lake Erie?" And it was a water spout out on Lake Erie.
Oh my god!
You mean like a roller coaster? I thought that was the weirdest euphemism I've ever heard.
No, Cedar Point's a roller coaster.
That's what I call my
amusement park in Ohio. Yeah,
Yeah,
All
Mark,
right.
our Midwestern is showing.
yeah, big time.
Yeah, I'm in the South Carolina. I'm just gonna put it out there. We get nothing crazy wind style. We just get fucking big ass hurricanes. We don't get tornadoes. We just get fucked by by hurricanes.
I'd much rather deal with a hurricane than a tornado, because hurricanes, you got 2 weeks notice.
Tell that to Florida.
Well, Florida's its own mess. You can tell them, hey, like, if you step on that crack, the world will explode. And they'll be like, fuck you. You can't tell me what to do.
I'm going to build my house over this crack.
Yeah, which, like, fair. I'm the same way. But, like, that's not the mentality a whole state should have.
It's true. That's true.
We got a couple of those.
Rather than moving, my fucking grandpa just built his house out of concrete. He said, my house ain't going nowhere.
Speaking of old men and houses, last episode you guys started off in Police Chief Anderson's house. You managed to escape after Marcy got out, and then with Carol, the police chief's wife.
Asshole.
Then Joel went back in to assist with Cyril. Joel noticed a weird sort of vortexy looking cool spot in the office. And while Cyril had managed to avoid getting tripped or shoved, Joel did not. Joel wound up on the floor and began spinning. He hurt his hand and also nearly grabbed Cyril and got him in the vortex too. But Cyril managed to escape after a handful of other things, including the police chief pulling up outside. Carol Anderson denying that she had any knowledge of ghosts or why the Phantom Phinders were over. just that she was about to take a walk. The police chief muttering Abaddon under his breath. Cyril had managed to I don't know how to say this. Calm Joel down by sitting on him, laying on him, preventing the ghost from or ghost or whatever entity from spinning him around, and y'all managed to make a break for it, getting outside, though not without the tornado spirit again knocking Joel to the ground. As everyone was outside, you all noticed that the weather was beginning to turn, and there was the vague sound of a train whistle, and which I think some of you may have put it together before I said it was a tornado, but no one like in character called out like, I think that might be our tornado. So it was really, really funny to me.
I mean, in these characters' defenses, we do live in Louisiana. How often are tornadoes ripping through Louisiana?
Yeah.
Moderately often, I would say.
Really?
In his defense, I've never fucking heard a tornado in my life. I've never even watched Twisters.
Well, Twisters is the new one.
The new one
is the original.
I just Googled tornado Louisiana, and literally 4 hours ago, tornado rips through Slidell, portions of southeast Louisiana.
Weird.
Great job dating the pod, Dan.
I don't know, this may have happened. It looks like this may have happened Wednesday morning, so a couple days ago.
It's my birthday morning.
Oh, happy birthday!
Happy birth!
Wait, it was your birthday recently?
Yeah, nobody said birthday. Happy birthday to me.
You didn't say anything.
I didn't know it was your birthday. Why didn't you tell us?
No, nobody said happy birthday to me on my very special day.
You didn't tell us.
Dan, we got to invent a time machine, and we can tell Mark happy birthday on his birthday.
Nope, that's not how this works.
Let's alter the course of history just to tell Mark happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
I get to be hurt.
Wait, guys! Shh. I got something. So is this the one where you can collect Social Security?
Oh,
well,
got his ass.
It was nice knowing you guys. Peace out.
He's getting into hospice care
yes,
now.
I do get to collect Social Security. So,
oh my god!
At least one of the four of us will.
Yeah, I get to get some.
Fuck! Damn it!
Yeah, you're going to pay for my bills now.
Yeah, he got us. He can retire.
Right. I'm living the boomer life.
Well,
my Social Security's paying for my summer home.
Continuing on with the recap, you guys had managed to begin driving away, although you noticed in your rearview mirror a tornado had begun to form after a series of not great drive rolls, including, losing progress and running into another car. You eventually swapped Joel and Cyril's spots, and Joel managed to drive you safely to Carrefour Mall, which you managed to get in, and just in time as the tornado passed by, going through the parking lot, knocking over a few trees and light poles and damaging several cars out in the parking lot before continuing onward. You guys are now in the mall, which I don't think I said this, but temporarily lost power, although things are starting to kick back on. One of the, consequences of living in a place where you get hurricanes is backup power tends to be relatively, moderately prioritized now. You had managed to, you were initially kind of headed to the mall, I think initially to see Luna before getting sidetracked, I guess, by their tornado, or, however you want to describe that. But given all that, what do you guys want to do now?
If we're in the mall, I think just like making sure we have everything we need from our vehicle and that we are inside the fucking mall.
Yeah, you could go repark the truck. I think you just pulled up real close to a door or something.
Yeah, I'll go repark the truck.
While they're doing that, Joel is calling everyone that he knows, being like, hey, everyone okay? You safe? Like, starting with Ivy and then working his way down.
Fucking Joel.
Ivy answers, and she's like, yeah, we got a tree down in the front yard, but luckily the main the main thrust was a little bit further north of here. So
Okay, cool. Yeah, he just
Kian answers, and he's like, "What? I was sorry, I was taking a nap."
you're at work.
Typical.
Yeah, and
You're at work.
Yeah.
he's like,
hangs up.
my shift's technically. Oh, okay. Yeah.
He's like, before he's like, good to see you're safe. And he immediately hangs up.
Yeah, you get a handful, like a handful of answers. Varying levels of property damage, and rain.
But everyone he calls is safe. Like no one's hurt.
Yeah, what you're picking up on is this appeared to touch down pretty close to like the center of town, but it did not appear to really pick up until a little bit further west, at which point it was mostly sort of around and through some undeveloped areas. Did get a few houses like ripped a roof or two off, but I don't know if you guys have ever seen like tornadoes after the fact, but it is literally like a house that is perfect in mint condition and a house that is like completely messed up right next to each other.
Yeah.
So you are picking up a couple of these reports, but nothing. Maybe one of your friends is going to have like a long insurance claim.
Gotcha.
Marcy absolutely also would pose the question, like in a hushed tone to like us as we're walking around. Remember back when this all started, when Antoine got lost after that storm?
Yeah, I do remember that.
What if whatever got him is out again right now, or was out during that period of time? What if, like, whatever the chief did is connected to that in some way, shape, or form? Now, I know the storm that Antoine died during was a lot more intense than just this little touchdown, but like, just something to keep in mind, I think.
It kind of would be perfect ending for him in that case.
Did we get the feeling that we were being chased by something? Dan, I don't...
It's really hard to tell if you were being chased or if it was just a total coincidence. I guess you could make some sort of, I don't know, meteorology roll. Do you got any of you have meteorology?
Oh yeah, I've got a 50 in meteor. No,
I do have a thing of meteorology.
Oh, you
What?
do?
No.
he got me. He got both.
You got
Goddamn.
me again. You got me again. Hey, a rock falls out of nowhere and strikes Cyril on the head.
Dude, I never could dare.
I think I've gotten you guys twice on meteorology.
I'm pretty sure you have, actually.
Yeah, I think that's right.
The amount of
Yeah.
times Mark has got me with shit like that is fucking goddamn.
Listen, because here's the thing, Delta Green, great system. There is a science, and you can give yourself a specific science in as part of your thing. And I'm sure there are NOAA employees in like the handbook that you could build off of, right? The National Association and
Sure.
Aeronautics Administration. So
I'm sure they see some weird Cthulhu shit.
Yeah.
absolutely. As I recall,
Hey, why is the storm shaped like the yellow sign?
The story, like the whole story that we think about Cthulhu, like those guys were on ships and there was a big storm, if I remember correctly, right?
Yep.
So,
I mean, details.
what do you guys want to do now that you've checked on your friends?
And family. We should reconvene and just
We should.
find Luna is what Noah wants us to do.
Okay, I have a question in character. Why does Marcy want to go to Luna again?
To ask her, hey, do you know anything about Abaddon?
Okay.
Just genuinely puzzling her about like, hey, so while we were investigating something, a certain phrase came up and we were wondering if you knew anything about that.
Okay.
Also, if people can summon tornadoes.
Okay, that's fair. I was gonna say we should probably let Virgil know that we have a link between
Oh yeah, no, absolutely that too.
Blues Lounge and the.
Hey, your boss can summon twisters.
Yeah. Also, by the way, he's a fucking warlock.
You know your boss. He's a warlock.
Oh yeah, no, the guy's a real dick. No, I mean like he's straight up casting spells.
That Marcy began to notice this. I think I said, and maybe I didn't. So maybe I'm retconning a little. But Marcy had noticed the changes at the same time, but not necessarily. I mean, you guys are putting together the cause and effect, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure that I have not said anything that would lead you to believe that Abaddon is breaking this spell. And the other thing that you would have, I would say this, is just that she began to not understand what you were talking about before even the car pulled up.
Right.
So just making sure I'm clear. I'm not necessarily trying to, influence anything here.
Yeah, there's very clearly something between the house and outside the house. Like there's something inside of it that is, ooh, maybe we should look into the actual genealogy of that captain.
Oh shit.
Anyway, that's for future. We should keep that on the back burner. Anyways, yeah, we can go have a chit chat with Luna. I think that's a good idea, and then we can hit up Virgil.
Okay, so pulling into the Ethereal Essence Emporium, you guys say hi to Luna. And what you notice right off the bat is that the Ethereal Essence Emporium is popping. And in fact, back in the back of the store where Marcy had gone to a meeting before, there is a little group of people, and there's someone up sort of maybe lecturing. Luna says, hey guys, what's going on? Did you guys looks like the power's kicking back on? Was there a bad storm or something out there? I didn't see anything on the weather reports.
Yeah, Luna, if we can get a little moment of your time to discuss something that's a little critical to our situation. And she's saying this through gritted teeth and a smile that's like, something is fucked.
Okay, sure. What's up, Marcy?
We were just driving around and with our EMF reader on, and we she kind of looks. Well, we would have discussed it before. How much are we going to tell Luna? Do we want to give her enough to where it's not going to link the chief to all of this?
I'm gonna be totally honest. Joel probably doesn't want to have her involved at all, but you really want to get into it. Or you really want to ask her. So I think we should tell her as little as possible where she's not questioning too much.
We were driving around, and before the storm went on, our EMF reader started going crazy. Where before it was low, but now it started amping up. And while we were driving around, it felt like... Is it fair to say the storm was going in the direction that we were going?
I mean, seems like it, yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, she would give this information and try to see if she could give any inklings on if someone can send storms at people.
Luna kind of laughs. She's like, I mean, I never have. If that's real magic, that's something very, very powerful. That I've heard of certain magics being used to call up rain, usually as a result of a dry spell or something. But I mean, never weaponized. Usually attack spells are more, focused. And
what if the storm is a consequence of something being called in, say from... And she seems to get this look on her face that's tapping something adjacent, she's fidgeting with something on her person. Something that starts with A, has a B in it, and ends with an N? Trying to avoid saying the actual term out loud.
She looks at you and she's like, I'm sorry, Marcy. Why are you being so cagey? Do you want to write it down?
Will that draw any ire?
I don't know. I guess it would depend on what it was. I guess drawing it could be pretty bad, although usually drawings are reserved for sigils. But what ABN is
Has
it
a
like
D in it too, if that helps.
She looks over at Joel. She's like, Abaddon. Yeah, Prince one of the Prince of Hell.
She says that like,
No, guys, like you can say that it's, you know, you gotta have some intent behind it too, right? You can just say names of things. Obviously, don't just throw it around too casually, but you're not using it as part of like a prayer or ritual, so just saying Abaddon is not necessarily bad in and of
every
itself.
time she says it, Marcy's wincing.
Abaddon. No, she's like, no, I mean, Angel of Hell kind of got some bad vibes in the Bible. I don't know any particular,
Now, what if someone were to say, keep chanting it in your presence, and then a storm came out of nowhere and started chasing you after you were in their home, investigating something?
Are you suggesting that someone called up a tornado to chase you specifically?
She's just staring at Luna.
She's like, well, normally those sorts of rituals would have to be done very specifically. Just chanting a name repeatedly is not usually the way any magic works.
Is it possible to have it act as like like when you would call a dog?
No, they typically don't like being bossed around. It's usually an equal exchange type of thing. You have to, give something up to get something. Sounds like, hang on, let me make Luna an occult roll.
Oh.
Ooh,
she got pretty good.
Yeah,
she got pretty good. She's like, okay, so tell me a little bit more. Were they just repeatedly chanting this at you, or what?
It was like under their breath, they were trying to like, okay, like you would give a signal to someone if they knew something. Like if I was just trying to say, like, ow, 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 or how are you do, ow, ow, how are you do, ow, like just trying to under their breath say a phrase. I don't know if it was even like, if he did it seem like he was cognizant of him saying that. I know I failed my human roll, but like,
I would say between what Joel and Cyril saw with this, no, it was not like intentional. In fact, Joel and Cyril, go ahead and make human checks. Do a retroactive
Humans.
Yeah. Human.
Success 50 under 64.
And then 18 under 52.
incredible.
Yeah, so I think you guys would take a little bit of like, Marcy, that's not exactly how it happened. Let me mansplain this for you.
She strangles them both.
It was more like he was doing it almost unconsciously, like almost like a verbal tick type of thing.
Okay. That's not how I interpreted it personally either, so that makes so much more sense.
Oh, got it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not how, I thought he was just throwing it in there.
Yeah, no, same. I thought I didn't think of it as like a tick. I thought it was like, oh yeah, it's crazy that you're having a good day, Abaddon. Hey, like, so can you get the soup, Abaddon? Like stuff like that.
Can you get the soup, Abaddon?
I mean, a little bit of that, but it was almost like he wasn't. Like if you get the vibe that if you had asked him, like, hey, why are you saying Abaddon? He would have said, what are you talking about?
Got it.
Okay, so interesting.
And I assume you communicate that to Luna.
Yeah.
We do not.
Okay, well.
I don't know if he knew he was saying it.
She says, yeah, I mean, the unless he's saying it a lot in a row, or he like it seems to be doing it with intention, it sounds more like this might be some sort of infection in him. Sometimes, there are times when things get out of hand, and it's possible that as an exposure of something that he's had, that maybe this is sort of stuck with him. That's my guess. This is
Oh fuck.
yeah. I'm assuming
Okay.
him because I don't think you told her who this was. So just making
No,
sure.
yeah, we're
Yeah, I don't think they would have said it, but I don't know if Joel has the mental tact at the moment to be like, just not be like, oh well, that's not how he was saying it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we definitely didn't tell her who. Okay, interesting. Next question: what do you know? Ghosts are rare, right? We can all agree. We can all agree.
Sure.
What about cyclonic spirits?
Cyclonic spirits. Oh, so you think the tornado was a cyclonic spirit? I mean, hang on. And she's like,
Oh, he's like, maybe not the full tornado, but maybe Cyril and I experienced something that looked a lot like a really cold tornado in a room.
she's like, that's really interesting. And what happens is you guys are talking, like the group who's in the back of the room, you've noticed that like there's a little bit more murmuring and just like, and a handful of people have started to point at you, enough to where the person who is doing a presentation is like, yes, it does appear that the Phantom Phinders have stopped by at the Ethereal Essence Emporium. But if you don't mind, if we can finish up this presentation on the history of Carrefour and some of its more notorious haunts, and then I'm sure that they'll have time for you to come say hi and maybe do some signings or whatever. This was a totally unexpected thing, and he looks a little like frustrated that y'all are there, and he's like, but of course we will make sure to get some time for them. None of you recognize this guy who is talking, but
I was about to lose it if it's fucking that guy again.
Bill Blank.
Bill Blank.
No, not Bill Blank.
I will go over there and stand outside of his lecture just to like mollify the crowd a little bit.
Oh yeah, well you get a bunch of looks, and he sort of nods at you, and he continues lecturing, and he's just got like a map of Carrefour, like a wider map of Carrefour, and he's pointing to various places, and saying, oh, in 1938, this part of town, blah 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 blah. Some generic ghost story that you might read from like a journal or something. Just that sort of thing. But most of the crowd is sort of like half paying attention to him, but has sort of started to look over at you. Luna is like, yeah, oh, sorry about that. I got a call from this guy, and he offered me a little bit of money to come do a presentation in here, and then he's also going to offer like ghost tours around town, but he wanted to do like a history of the town because there's been some, I don't know if you guys have noticed, there's been some uptick in people coming to Carrefour, and actually business has been really good here. So yeah. In fact, she like pauses and she has to like help some people like check out, and she comes back and she's like, oh, okay, sorry, what were you saying?
Who's this guy?
This guy is Ronald
Reagan.
Ronald Reagan. No, Ronald
It's the spirit of Ronald.
Aguilar. He's actually, I think, from out of town. I don't know where he's originally from, but he had this whole presentation on Carrefour and just like ready to go.
Wild. Sorry. Back to it. Okay, so sorry, you it seemed like you had something on the spirit, the cyclone.
Yeah,
thing.
cyclone spirit, and she goes over to her like back office where she had the crystal ball, and she pulls up like a big tome, and she opens it, and she pulls out. She like goes through it, and she's like, I think something rang a bell when you said that. And she turns to a page, and it's a big old page with the almost like an illuminated manuscript where it's got the big first letter, and it's the first letter is N, and it's Nyarlathotep or Nyarlathotep. Kind of hard to tell how that would be pronounced. Nyogtha. And she says, yeah, these are these like humanoid-ish shadow creatures. It's one of these like weird legends that this book has a lot of stuff that I've never found anywhere else, but these things, it says that they dwell underground, and they've got like these really long limbs and these weird twisted sinewy bodies, but that when they manifest on the surface, they manifest as like wind spirits or cyclone spirits. And so she sort of shows you this page, and it's got a handful of details, the little notes like not typically hostile, but can view humans as prey, but won't hesitate to attack, and they're a trickster type of spirit. When they're in the cyclonic form, they're very intelligent and cunning. They are able to communicate with humans, but rarely do. Typically solitary and incredibly difficult to kill. They regenerate from injuries quickly to their physical body, but their sort of shadow body, spirit cyclone body, can be dispelled pretty easily.
How could we dispel one of those things?
It lists a ritual, like just by name. And she's like, I don't know this one. It may be in this book somewhere. It's a really big book. And sometimes the naming is inconsistent. But it looks like the name of this ritual is banish by blood.
Okay, I'll look into that some more and see if I can. And she looks to Joel. I'll see if I can get that in my spell book.
Ooh. Okay. So first off, Dan, you son of a bitch. Second off,
What?
I just Nyarlathotep. That's it. Anyways, just I love that. I love the tie-in of the Lovecraftian things and how they're like changed just a little bit.
I think this is actually a Lovecraft thing. It's a name that I came across a long time ago.
Yeah, no, it is. So here's the fun thing. I don't know how much it matters, but like in one of the books, they're like there's a smuggler's ring in New Orleans that worships Nyarlathotep.
I had no clue about that. I'll say that much.
Delta Green.
Yeah, so like that is so cool. First off, anyways, just especially since you did not know that, that's really rad.
And the description that I've given of the Nyarlathotep is not the one that I think exists in the Lovecraft. And I don't think this was a Lovecraft invention either. I think this was a post Lovecraft expansion.
Anywho, cool. So that answered my next question, because I was going to ask about that. Anyways, okay, well that's good to know. Does it say anything in there about them mimicking or impersonating people, like dead spirits, or like, you know, the spirit of dead people? Like it seemed really fixated on this captain from what did she say her grandpa's name was?
Grimshaw.
Thank you.
She says, Captain Grimshaw. Hey, I know that name. That's he's one of the old smuggler pilots, right?
Joel shrugs. We just know that he was a captain.
Yeah, I thought all I know is, you know, I've heard some, you know, vague stories about him in the town history, but she's looking through. She's like, I don't know, maybe the trickster spirit type of thing could be tied into that.
Fair. Yeah, they're who we were talking with. She believed it was her grandpa that was, you know, just causing a little mayhem, and then as soon as she got outside, it's like nothing ever happened.
I mean,
didn't even know that we were talking about anything going on inside of her house.
Well, some locations can be tainted such that, you know, the manifestation only happens in a place, and if someone's been there long enough, it could be so tied in that, you know, it's almost like they live two lives.
One person inside of a room, another person in the other.
Yeah, just the things that they forget, right? Not totally different personalities or anything, just like, you know, I don't know. It's some of these things can happen.
Okay. I don't have any other questions for Luna. Marcy, I don't know if you have anything else.
I don't know if I have any other questions. I think just for the meantime, do you think that it can take a more insubstantial form and follow people?
I mean, it doesn't say anything here about being able to, playing pranks and stuff, occasionally preying on people. Doesn't say anything about
spinning them around like a Beyblade.
That sounds like a little bit of a prank, if you ask me.
I hurt.
She looks to Joel.
he looks at his knuckle. It's a little busted. It wasn't very funny.
As you look at your knuckle, Luna looks at she catches your fingers, and she's like, "Joel, what happened to your fingernails?"
Part of the prank.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna believe you.
Wow.
And as y'all finish up talking,
I also kind of want to see if she would. I do have one more thing, but I want to clear it with Joel first.
Okay.
Joel takes one step to the right.
Joel, do you want to get a little esoteric checkup? Because I mean, we were literally the same day as just a couple hours ago about you getting visions of hell.
No.
Nothing? Okay, just gonna repress that for as long as you live, right?
Of course.
Okay.
Down deep where it will only show its cracks when the alcoholism kicks in.
Okay.
No. Anyways, Joel wouldn't make a joke like that. Joel would. No, I don't want to talk about it, especially not there.
Okay, I understand. If you need anything, we're here for you, Joel.
He'll return to Luna. Joel will just say, Luna, I thank you, and I'm glad to see that you're okay. And I just wanted to let you know that my studies have been progressing nicely. I'm getting the hang of it. Slowly, but figuring it out.
She smiles and she's like, "You look like you're getting the hang of it." And you don't have to have very good human intelligence to tell that she is being a little bit sarcastic. Because you look awful
like
right
shit.
Now. Yeah. You just
God.
look incredibly beaten up.
Yeah. And he just nods and says, I'm gonna go listen on this guy. he's gonna go meet up with Cyril and just try and listen in on the lecture.
Yeah, what have I been learning?
Yeah, as you'll saunter over, Cyril, you've been learning that, just a lot of little histories, little individual hauntings. There's some, alleged deaths that happened at the candy factory. And the idea is, you can still see a person in the window of the second floor of the candy factory sometimes, and that's this person who fell from the railing and, was boiled alive, and they had to shut down production for a month. You've learned other stories that are along that sort of vein of these rich ghost stories that it's like that's possible, I guess. He's rather sparse on sources, but rich with detail and sort of real recognize real.
Yeah,
this is the type of thing that you might put in a show, right?
Yeah.
That is the vibe you get. And as he wraps up, he sort of gestures over to, and of course the most recent event in Carrefour, which I've detailed only a little bit because I know everyone's gone and seen the show itself, Phantom Phinders, and he points at y'all, and people begin clapping, and a handful of people stand up and make their way over to you with various books. Books and I don't know what else would they have you sign. Babies, yes. They a lot of books, and including some books that you recognize were just purchased today. And it looks like this author, this guy has brought some of his own books, which cover Carrefour, but then also a handful of places. Looks like throughout Louisiana, Florida, Georgia, sort of like the haunted southern coast, that sort of thing. And so they've gotten him to sign the book, and then they brought the book over to you to also sign. And a lot of selfies. People are getting selfies with you. This is at a point where selfies are kind of a new invention, and so it's uncomfortable, but people are doing that. So
Okay.
we don't have the good selfie technology like front-facing cameras or selfie sticks.
All right. Yeah. Cyril will just, be a part of that. But he's curious as to who this person is that's kind of like coming to their turf.
Yeah, go ahead and everyone can make a hument or a search on Ronald Aguilar.
25 under 64 for me.
We'll do a search. Fails.
Does Marcy want to make a search as well?
You're darn tootin'.
Cyril with your 25 under 64, and Marcy with your 10 under 25. Cyril, as you look at him, you notice that he's definitely a little stressed ever since y'all got in. He seems to have not really appreciated any of the limelight being moved off of him.
Mm-hmm.
He seems, he's brought a bunch of stuff. He's packing up, the handful of people who are talking to him versus the most of the rest of people who are talking to you. He's obviously, a little terse as he speaks with them, but trying to maintain a veneer of politeness. Joel doesn't notice anything with his 73 over 59, but Marcy, as you search, you notice that he's got some pamphlets, including what looks to be like schedules. So he does appear to be running ghost tours in the afternoons around Carrefour, some sort of like a combination walking driving tour. Where he sort of goes around from the center of town to a handful of other spots that are sort of around town, places that you know and recognize. Obviously, he's got like some outside the candy factory. He's got he does appear to drive by Vale Springs Sanatorium. He's got a handful of other like spots around town, and it looks like this is supposed to take a couple hours, and it costs, I don't know, $30 or something in that range. So,
But they're all locations like we've kind of loosely looked around at.
yeah,
Right.
you would be aware. Nothing like new, or I mean, maybe stuff that you haven't heard before, but not like a made up location, right? Like you haven't heard that there
Okay.
was a ghost haunting, at the bus stop. But he's got the bus stop there, and he recounts the story of some guy who was there late at night, and he got on the bus with another passenger and accidentally slept, and when he woke up, the other passenger wasn't there, and he asked the bus driver, like, hey, when did the other guy get off? The bus driver's like, what are you talking about? You're the only one who got on. So that's the level of scary stories to tell in the dark that we're dealing with here.
Okay.
Along with some, like, again, like the Carrefour Candy Factory type of situation. So, what do y'all do? I mean, you can sit and chat with people. A lot of questions about like, so Florazon, like, how was that? Marcy, are you okay? How's your leg? That sort of thing. Like, Joel, you look. How's everything, Joel?
Joe, you look like shit.
Tornado. That's his response every time. They're like, I just went through a tornado.
He's saying it like Abaddon. Yeah. Tornado.
Abaddon.
Abaddon tornado.
Tornado, Cthulhu, Flatogan.
Cthulhu. Oh, it's Cthulhu. Cthulhu. Oh, it's Cthulhu.
Oh man. This really is turning into a Veggie Tales.
Little bit.
I'd like to go talk to Mr. Aguilar.
Okay, so as you approach him, he says, "Oh, hi. How are you, famous Phantom Finders? Good to see you. Thank you for crashing my lecture. I didn't realize you guys would be coming by."
Oh, we didn't realize you would be here. We didn't know there was another person that was running ghost tours and things in our city. I didn't realize. When did you get into our fair town?
Our city.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, I came in yesterday. Finally managed to get some time off at my job. Decided to come out here. Mostly do freelance, and the work was light, and so decided to make my way out to Carrefour finally. It's been, been a long time since I've been out here, and listen. I didn't know you guys don't run ghost tours, right? Like, hey, I'm not cutting into your deal, right?
I mean, no, but I mean, you are doing some charlatan shit up in our business, right?
He gives you a look, and he's like, listen, all of these are documented. They are real accounts that have been told to me by real people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not just making this up.
Okay. Whereabouts you from?
This is I mostly live and work in New Orleans right now.
All right. Well, I mean, there's plenty of stuff in New Orleans. I guess the market too saturated down there.
Well, no, but think about, you guys just had a bunch of people come to Carrefour who all are interested in ghost stuff, and no one's here to tell them where to go or feed their ghost, hunger.
Right. Yeah. I mean, aside from us.
Again, are you guys, what ghost tours are you running?
I'm just saying that you come in on a breeze and start setting up shop. And we've been doing this in this town for a long time. Some of us were born and raised here, like myself. And so I don't take too kindly to somebody coming in from big city, the Big Easy, coming in, just starting to run tours in our town. I get it that we don't have anything set up, but that doesn't mean we weren't going to have anything set up. And so here we are.
Look, I'm striking while the iron's hot. Sorry that you guys don't have the same business sense I do. But them's the breaks. All right.
Man.
And if you decide to run your own Phantom Fighters tour, I'm sure you can use your name to really attract some people to go see it. But if you start next week, who knows? You might not have anyone even bother, because this could be just a flash in the pan.
We're going to divert all of our energy into ruining this man.
I know. I'm just thinking, like, how can I kill him right now? How can I kill him and have it not be a problem?
He's packing up all of his stuff, and he's like, now look, I've got a tour tomorrow, and then I've got another little lecture I'm running out of the hotel lobby. So look, you guys want to come to that one? You can come to that one. I won't even charge you. In fact, it might be good for my business if you guys were there, but I didn't want to impose. Obviously, you guys have lives and jobs, and I'm not here to take anything from you. But unless you have some sort of tour to do tomorrow, then I'll be the only tour in town. So not a real competition, if you ask me. And he packs up and he looks at Luna and he's like, "Thank you, Luna. Thank you for letting me come here, be here." He's like, I owe you my little place rental fee. And he pulls out an envelope filled with cash and hands it over to her. And he's like, "Thank you." He waves goodbye at you, waves goodbye at various other people, and Luna, and makes his way out into the mall.
Cyril will look at Luna and be like, "The fuck? What's going on?"
She says, "I'm sorry. Did you guys have a couple grand you wanted to drop my way?"
No, I mean,
Marcy just looks down sad.
Yeah, $2,500, guys.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know what he charged those guys to be here, but he gave me money, and they're all buying stuff. So
I get it. I'm not mad at you. I'm just,
Cyril, it sounded like you were.
Well, I'm just kind of like, this is this is our town. We were born, we did all the stuff here. This is what we're supposed to be capitalized on. We can't do shit because we're always chasing stuff. And now that finally things are going well, all these fucking charlatans showing up and claiming they know shit.
That's how it goes. I mean, look, I've run the Ethereal Essence Emporium for a long time, and this is the most activity I've ever seen. So, I don't know. Did you guys ever get paid?
Yeah, we did.
Okay, well, you can't complain too much. If you've got more, are you guys selling merch? Have you guys?
I literally broke my leg, ma'am.
Yeah, I know you broke your leg. Sorry about that, Marcy. Have you guys sold merch? Do you know? Are you?
Yeah, when have we had time to sell merch? We've been okay.
Marcy's gonna document that in her mind and just like I need to build a web store. I need to build a web store. I need to drop ship. I need to invent drop shipping.
Like, we need to figure. Why do we have to run a business on top of this? Come on. Is this like Kingmaker? God. I just want to kill an ogre. I don't want to have to deal with my vassals.
So I would say is that you guys probably have not been updated by Clementine, but Clementine usually handles sort of the web stuff. You haven't talked to Clementine for a few days. Although I would guess that there's no way Joel didn't call her about the.
No, yeah.
So she would have reported that she was safe and that the newspaper was safe. And she would obviously check in with you and be like, is everything okay? After confirming all of that, she may mention that y'all have sold out of shirts. That you didn't have a large run, but what you had is now completely sold out. So she has put in a new she put up a pre-order on the website, and she's put in like a new request from the local screen printers for another run. So it looks like that y'all might actually have some money coming your way from that.
Yeah, I would also like to say Joel cannot knock Luna for taking the money, because $2,500 for this is absurd, and that has made Joel suspicious of him.
No, I don't knock Luna for doing that, but I mean, she is kind of, I don't know. It feels like some loyalty's been eroded there a little bit.
Some loyalty has been eroded.
Joel's like, listen, man,
Steve will remember this. You're not getting that dinner, I promised you.
Damn.
I can't knock the guy. He's just trying to make a buck. I get it. Anyways, no, we definitely should keep an eye out on him. It's strange he just comes in dropping $2.5K just for what, an hour?
Yeah, I mean, he's sold his books here too. I've got some more books from him so I don't know.
Are there any of his like pamphlets around?
Yeah, he's got a few pamphlets.
So what is his what does he do? Just writes like stuff about ghosts and different.
Yeah, he writes a bunch of ghost story, ghost accounts from various people all across the Gulf Coast and a little bit of the Atlantic coast. He's also offering these tours, right? And these tours are sort of multi-hour things. Looks like if you look at the price, it's $125 a person.
How is he running these tours?
He's running it. It looks like you don't know, but he doesn't like advertise like a trolley. I think I said a different price earlier, and I meant 125. So 125 is the actual price. I mean, he doesn't say specifically. He just gives a place to meet for the first part of the tour. So, but then he says transportation provided.
We need to unhaunt those tours.
And he's got tours. Looks like he had one earlier today. And then he's got them Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Okay, guys. Now hear me out. Hear me out.
Let's summon Neogotha on his tour.
Let's dedicate the rest of the podcast to ruining this guy's tours.
Okay. See, I love the pettiness.
Let's just
off king.
We'll come out of a place that he's talking about with like a full like trap ghost, and then we'll set up a merch store, and then we'll ruin him. We'll just ruin this guy.
Just show up at like every one of his tours.
Everyone, yes, like we're the two kids in Step Brothers, where they're like dressed up. That's us ruining his tour.
Sorry, were you expecting ghosts here? No, we cleared it out, man.
No, we cleared. These ghosts that this guy's selling. Yeah, we got them.
Just juggling the organite. Yeah, it's in here now. I got it. Do you want it? You want to touch it? $500.
See, look, listen. I love this idea, but
so let's do it. Let's do it.
Maybe after we fix whatever's going on. How about we'll put a pin in it until after we talk to Virgil.
Okay. I love that one of my favorite things about Dan is that he can make these super infuriating characters for me. Like, I really hate this guy. I really do not enjoy him at all.
A true talent.
It's one of the best.
Yeah, it's a true talent. Between this and for me, it's Bill Blank. It's like this dumb.
Yeah, it's just there's these characters that Dan makes that just infuriate me.
This guy and Bill Blank could not be more different in my mind, because Bill Blank is 100% earnest, interested, just willing to be involved and like that sort of stuff. And this guy, I mean, you guys have picked up, he's a little greasy, easily irritated. He may not really buy any of this stuff, but you kind of get the idea that he's like, I found out that I'm really good at writing this stuff and really good at selling it to suckers. So this is how I make my money, right?
In my mind, I feel like the Bill Blank is just like, after meeting him, like, God, what a piece of shit. And then like after a period of time, it's like, maybe we should actually involve Bill Blank. And then we talk to him again. It's like, man, fuck that guy.
Dude, no, that's what it's gonna be. Here's the thing. I think you two don't like Bill Blank. I fucking hate Bill Blank.
I don't enjoy Bill Blank, but I don't outright hate him.
It's like Joffrey from Game of Thrones. For me.
Wow.
Whenever he shows up, I'm like, God, I love this character.
Wow. You've made a Joffrey type character, Dan. That's impressive.
Yeah.
That is so funny given who Bill Blank is.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm going to be honest, I have no justifiable reason why. I just don't like the guy.
I don't like this guy.
Anyways, no, listen, we definitely should take that tour. We like all this. He's dropping a lot of cash.
Mm-hmm. What kind of name is Ronald? He's just so mad at him.
No, so I think this is also going into a bit of Joel is suspicious of everyone who's not from around town just showing up. Is that he thinks that this is potentially somehow related to the Blues Lounge.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like this guy just shows up and he just drops the dick on this table. He's like, here's $3,000. I'm gonna sell books here and I'm gonna run a tour and blah blah blah. I don't think that's the reason for it, but I think that's where Joel's mind would go. Like he's had a rough 24 hours.
Yeah, we all need a night off.
Yeah, yesterday he learned there's a shapeshifter that they're fighting, and now he saw hell, and now all of this.
It's been a rough few days, but we should have had our merch store up and running, this fucker. We've seen hell, but we should have had a merch store.
We should.
The dichotomy of Delta Green.
Yeah. Thank you, Arc Dream. No, I think we should call Detective Marr. I think that's our next step.
100%.
Right, and find out more about this Ronald character. So,
Marr, we need you to stage a murder.
see where he's been using his credit cards so I can find this fucker.
We have this guy he needs killed. We kill him. Okay, so how's this helping us figuring out Antoine?
He said Antoine's name. He said
it.
Once, probably.
I definitely tell him that, like, while we were at the house, like, the voice thing was saying Antoine.
Yeah. No, yeah, Joel will call Detective Marr.
Okay. Detective.
Outside, not in the busy shop.
So when you get outside into the parking lot, you see that the guy goes to this big, like, 18 passenger van, which has very nearly been hit with one of the light posts that has fallen over, but seems to have just missed him.
Lucky son of a bitch. I put an air tag on it so I can track it.
This is a little before air tags, guy.
Oh, okay. Damn it.
Yeah, just a touch.
You got to put a wind demon on it.
We're gonna summon a djinn.
All right. So as you call Detective Marr, he answers and he says, "Hey, you guys aren't at my house. What's up?"
Hey, we are currently outside the strip mall. We have
Sorry, the strip mall or the actual mall?
The actual mall.
Actual mall. Sorry.
Okay, just making sure.
It's been a long day.
That's your
Virgil.
handler making sure that you knew that this was.
We went to a strip mall, yeah.
No, I thought it was a strip mall. Anyways, we've done some investigation on the chief of police's house.
Okay. What'd you find out?
There's some fuck shit inside of there. It's also haunted and or just has a trickster spirit inside of it. Have you ever heard the chief of police say Abaddon before?
Yeah, gosh, that sounds familiar. He's been kind of acting erratic and like muttering under his breath, but I don't know if it was Abaddon or not.
How recently has this been?
Gosh, probably the past, I don't know, week or so. Ever since the press conference.
What?
The press conference of them trying to
Pin it all on Chelsea? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was after the hurricane then. Okay.
Yeah, we've known this. We knew this, right?
Yes. Yeah. No, just I'm trying to figure out when he started doing the nervous twitch is what I was trying to figure out.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay. Also, I believe Cyril has made a connection to the Riverbend Blues Lounge with him.
Yeah.
He has been being paid a very specific number for services rendered or something along those lines.
Yeah, wasn't it 27K or something like that? I don't remember the exact number.
It was a chunk. Yeah, it was a chunk of change. Let me check my notes, see if I have anything specifically.
Basically, he's like, I think that part of that weird financial discrepancy from the Blues Lounge is going to Chief of Police pocket.
Well, that certainly would explain all the weirdness. Yeah, $27,000 a month. You guys are like
$27,000.
Yeah,
that's not an insignificant amount.
That's a huge chunk of change
for for like PI work is what it said.
Yeah. Oh, for PI work. That's what he got. Yeah, that's right.
And he's like, that. Gosh. So you think that they've gotten to him somehow? You think they're like bribing him to? What are they having him investigate? Why would they? Do you think that they're the ones who told him to arrest Chelsea? What? That doesn't make any sense. When does she have in this?
Well, what does he know about Antoine?
It's a good question. What if? Do you think that they were paying him to keep an eye on Antoine? Because Antoine was also at the Riverbend Blues Lounge, right?
Right.
Yeah, but then if that's the case, then he would have died without the Blues Lounge's involvement.
Well, maybe, but he went down to the Blues Lounge, and that was the last time anyone's seen him, right?
Yeah, but why would they be paying him to keep? Why would they be paying the chief of police to keep an eye on him if he died the day after the first time he goes out there to meet them?
Well, you said that he had been invited, right? Maybe they needed to know something about him so that they could bring him there.
Oh, keep an eye out on him prior to his journey. Okay.
Maybe the chief has been tracking him down, tracking movements, providing all this intel so that they could essentially launch the perfect campaign to get him there. But why do they want Antoine?
Yeah, it's a group. Well, I think part of it is that he's got a connection to, the Babineau land, right? I think this might be some sort of, if they're looking for esoteric shit, this might be it.
That's true. But did they get what they wanted with him?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's hard to tell. While we were out there, we took the guys of us running the show on the detective's house, the chief of police's house, and his wife seemed normal and chatty, talking about her grandfather, the captain. And as soon as she walked outside, Marcy said that she didn't even know why we were there. That like it was like a light flip switched.
I didn't know if it was a case of like abusive husband or just like a thing against like he has something over her.
So, it definitely seems that they're both not right.
Yeah. Almost like they're infected with something.
I think you guys are onto something. Something's up with the chief.
That tornado that ripped through, that came out, that happened right as we left.
Where was the chief on the night that Antoine died?
He says, I'm going to be honest, I don't know. But presumably he wasn't at work. I don't.
Right, because, I mean, we have, Dan, correct me if I'm wrong, we have him going to the Riverbend Blues Lounge all the time, right?
Yeah, you saw that he was out there almost like every weekend, every other weekend.
Yeah,
type of
and
thing.
Antoine died on what, a Friday night? Saturday night?
You would assume he was seen there. I think we said it was on a Thursday night and a Friday morning because the hurricane happened Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't know exactly when he died, but it would presumably be sometime Friday, Saturday.
Friday or Saturday.
I think if you think about that, you would assume that the police chief probably didn't make it out there that Saturday, probably because of the hurricane and the post-hurricane cleanup.
Yeah.
Detective Marr is like, yeah, I don't know for sure, but I would assume he would have. I think he was around here doing cleanup work.
Maybe we just keep an eye on him. We found a lot of receipts from his from the Blues Lounge. It seems he's a regular.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I never knew what he did on his weekends, but guess we've got a little more clarity, huh? This explains why he never came to the bowling league.
Dear God, don't let Marcy know.
Marcy just twitches. Feel a disturbance in the pins.
A disturbance in the pin. Wow.
Shit. Yeah. Did we tell Detective Marr that we were going to try and talk to Antoine, by the way? I can't remember if we mentioned that to him.
I don't think that you had mentioned that to him.
No, we didn't.
We hadn't. We absolutely have not.
Okay. That was going to be the next thing I was going to bring up to him, so never mind that. Damn.
It's looking more and more like we got to go back to Riverbend Blues Lounge. Either that or we have to find a way to press the chief to kind of give up more of the secrets that he has hidden.
Detective Marr says, man, sounds like y'all are going to have a real tough decision to make. Next week on Chaos Brings Eternal, Season 1, City of Woe. Thanks for tuning in once again to Chaos Springs Eternal presents Season 1, City of Woe. Thank you to Arc Dream Publishing for Delta Green, this role-playing game. And shout out to them for their great work with the Delta Green creator community. Check the links in the show notes for a list of Delta Green podcasts. And make sure you check the Delta Green RPG subreddit for more information and what they do. There's a lot of stuff that they're publishing here pretty soon, so I'm excited for new books. And we might take a little break from the story and do some, Delta Green, more official, non-homebrew stuff. We'll see. Shout out to Panzer Kings for Cocytus, this theme song, which perfectly fits this campaign. Really enjoyed it. Make sure you rate and review us on iTunes or podcast app of choice. And if you do, send us a message. We've got our email in the show notes. And you can include an NPC idea, give me a name, description, what they do. We can slot them into Carrefour. We'd love to have y'all give your input for this campaign. Hope you're enjoying it. We'll see you next week.
Made these changes for myself, rambling about my mental health. Demons on this hazy hill, only my soul is left to kill. Can you lead me past the sickness and the bile? Do you see me as it faces with no smile? Where can I run? Where it cannot chase me down. Where is the sun? Oh God, please don't let me drown.